Hey guys, what's up? This is Edgemeister, and today we're here talking about Destiny Rise of Iron and how it can do better than the Taken King. So let's just hop right into this. Let's go over what the Taken King did right at launch and why it's not doing so hot right now. So at launch, there's a bunch to do for new players and endgame players already when the Taken King launched. Because even though you hit max light level in vanilla Destiny, you hit 30, 32 is easier because you hit 30, 33 is easier because, 34 is easier because you hit 32. You actually had to level up from that level, 32 for most people, to level 40, and then grind your light level. And that was good for a week there, and then they released the raid. And then after they released the raid, I'm pretty sure that's when they released Trials after a while of the raid. Once people got used to the raid, there's a lot of content then, Trials. And then after Trials, the raid hard mode, which again bumped up the light level once again. It let people grind a little bit more, let people do the raid even more. And then the raid challenge mode. And at that point, the content kind of slowed down. We got Sparrow Racing League, but that was only for like a week, and personally I was in Mexico for most of that week. I played for one day, and it was sad because I really liked it, but well, hell. Yeah, so there's that, there's Crimson Doubles, but those really were only there for a week at a time. They never brought people back to stay. Nothing really happened. Everything that was released in the first couple, months of the Taken King, with the raid, Trials returning, all that stuff, all that was, new. It's still there. You can still play all that right now, and there's just a ton of content being introduced. Just a lot of stuff that they did right at the beginning, but then they just kind of stopped releasing new stuff. And yes, the April update came and brought some Challenge of the Elders, but people are, including me, are already bored of that. Yes, I do still need a sniper rifle, but I don't have any more room in my vault for anything else, so I guess I don't need that sniper rifle as much as I should. I don't know, but yeah, that's kind of what happened with the Taken King. A lot of stuff. The launch Taken King was amazing. It was great. Then people found flaws, and they just nothing new. So with Rise of Iron, it seems like we're going to be keeping our level 40, so we're not going to have to level up from level 40 to level 50 or something. Hopefully that will change, because I liked doing that. I really do hope we have to level up to level 50 to use some of the new Rise of Iron gear. Yes, all of our Taken King gear, if you haven't heard already, is, going to be compatible with Rise of Iron, which is why I haven't dismantled everything to make room in my vault. That is why my vault is completely full. For weapons, I'm going to bring in the Taken King. To Rise of Iron. So, yes, your level 40 gear, you can still use that up to the max level, probably, in Rise of Iron, but I do feel like to use the rest of all the new stuff in our Rise of Iron, you should be level 50. That way, unlike Vanilla and Taken King Destiny, where you would have to be the max level to even start working on endgame levels, you could be anywhere from 40 to 50 in endgame levels. So what I'm saying here is you can still continue to grind your light level and stuff faster than you can grind your level. I don't really want people, I want them to release it, put it up to 50, but I don't want people getting to 50 in the first day like most of us did with Taken King. If you're wondering what I did, is I just kind of saved up some bounties, and boop, I was level 39 right away, just did some PvP, level 40, first day. I don't want that to happen. I want these from 40 to 50 to be extremely hard. I want that to be kind of a grind. And we're doing lots of PvP, lots of PvE, lots of bounties, lots of quests to just grind experience. And yeah, just level your character up. That's what I want. And of course, you can still grind legendaries and get good loot. 40, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. And yeah, so obviously, first week, first 2 weeks, however long it takes, let people grind to the new level. if you ask me, I'd say level 50 and 500 light. That's what I say would be ideal for everything. 500 light would leave a lot more to grind, and I just think that's the best way to do it there. Just get the grind on. Let end game players really get the experience of leveling up again, because we only get the experience of leveling up whenever a new update comes out. That's why people liked the DLC almost a little bit better in year 1, because hey, I get to level up 2 more light levels. We're gonna grind that raid. Oh, I need to level up 2 more light levels. Let's grind some etheric light. That is fun. Okay, so yeah, ideally 50 and 500 light. When the raid comes out, have it normal mode raid. And then re-release year 3 trials. Obviously, they're kind of marketing trials gear a little bit more than they did with Taken King, until they revealed in Taken King's like, yep, it's just like the same as last, except for instead of gold, it's silver. Yeah. So it's actually just looks worse. That's the only difference. Yeah, now they're actually showing off that they're making brand new trials gear, so yeah, they release trials really soon after the raid, and I have another cool idea for trials. I'll talk about it later in another video. There's also another thing I want to bring up that can go in another video. After trials has been out for a few weeks, or after maybe a week or 2 weeks of trials in the raid hard mode, obviously, and maybe this is when you can take King's Fall, which of course you can still use King's Fall gear in the Rise of Iron. Make King's Fall to the level of the last raid. So that means that normal, whatever the Rise of Iron raid is, and hard mode King's Fall drop the same light level gear. Well, cut that out. I just like stopped myself from sneezing there. So what was I talking about? My sneeze. Yeah, so the King's Fall hard mode and the Rise of Iron raid normal mode drop the same level gear, and then after a while after that, make it so that King's Fall challenge mode drops end game level gear. That way you can go ahead and do the old raid whenever it's the challenge mode for like a boss or something, and get end game level stuff. That way that raid is still relevant. So now at this point you have 2 raids to do, same as vanilla. Now bring back Sparrow Racing League for keepers. Forever. Bring it back. This would be a great time because you got a whole bunch of PvE stuff. 2 raids to go with. You're full of PvE stuff. PvP players are now kind of drowning. Well, not drowning. They're like dehydrated. You want them to drown. So bring back Sparrow Racing League. Stick it in there. And maybe go off that for a while. This will be around the holiday season now. Maybe after Crimson Doubles comes back, do something else, like say bring back Prison of Elders then, right after Crimson Doubles, right after Valentine's Day. Unlike currently, where it's like Crimson Doubles, and like a few months later, it's like, yeah, we'll just release the April update. Bring back Challenger of Elders, Prison of Elders, whatever you want to do with it, right after Valentine's Day. Get the PvE guys a little bit more into it. And then, new PvP event, Faction Wars. Make your factions actually, mean something. My idea, I'm just going to do this real quick here. I can make another video on this if you guys want. Multi-team. 3v3v3. New Monarchy versus Dead Orbit versus Future War Cult. It drops faction legendaries from the event, from wins, and you gain more rep using, putting your emblems on, you gain more rep using all this stuff, and instead of using, just kind of reverse the roles. Instead of Crucible getting more rep than faction, looks like faction gets more rep than Crucible. Another Crucible event right there. Maybe hit some bounties on there so that you're encouraged to go to your vendor, and yeah, that would be great. Maybe have some Year 1 and 2 faction weapons come into play that you can regain once again. And yeah, I think that'd be amazing to do that. And then after that, obviously we need some PvE stuff again. This would be around the time of spring now. Spring, they're about to show off Destiny 2 stuff. They want Destiny 1 to be a complete experience. Bring back the old raids. Okay? So this is how you can do it. Vault of Glass, Siva. Do that first, because Siva is themed with Rise of Iron. Vexor Machines. Siva is kind of like a, machine virus. Imagine how powerful Siva Vex would be. So maybe do this whole thing with Siva Vex. Maybe Siva is trying to take over the Vault of Glass. It has its own version of Atheon. And yeah, you could just incorporate a lot. You could mix this up a lot more, have an awesome raid. You could have a lot of the bosses did the same things before, but you could have some twists, like maybe Atheon, instead of putting you on Mars or Venus, could put you back on Earth, back at a time where, Siva originally came out and it was fierce and all the Iron Lords died, and you could fight alongside the Iron Lords in the Atheon fight. Because obviously it's with time, you could do a lot of stuff with the Vault of Glass and Siva. I think that would be amazing. And of course you could have all the Vault of Glass weapons themed with Siva. So you could have like a Siva Mythoclast if you want. That would be really, really cool. And then bring back Crota's End, and obviously Takenify it. Do it like the Taken King. You already have the what's called Court of Oryx Crota-esque boss. Have something like that, maybe mix it up a bit, make it some boss that maybe shield can only go down with the sword, and the rest has to be actual people doing DPS. Obviously Taken stuff, you could do some really cool stuff. I don't know, put some of those Taken orb things that die when you run into them in the original part to take off some of those trick spots. Maybe put them in places so you can't snipe across and help people when they're going across the bridge. Make it so they can't cheese the bridge by putting the orbs there. Really, you could actually remix Crota's End by making it so people can play it like it was originally intended to without cheesing anything. And that could count as a remix. You can just do that by putting Taken orbs all over the place and putting Taken in there. There's not too much you have to do to those old raids. They're pretty good raids. Crota's End, you just gotta make it play like it originally was intended to. And Vault of Glass, just put Siva Vex in there. And maybe some Fallen would be kind of cool. Have some Fallen in the Vault of Glass. Fallen Devil Splicers, whatever. And yeah, I think that would be amazing, to be honest. And then once the old raids come back, you could bring back some other old stuff. I don't know. Once all that's here, I'm pretty sure we'd have all the content from year 1 in. Maybe have it so that all the vendors change the roles and everything every week, and they could have Rise of Iron versions of all the year 1 and year 2 weapons come in on a rotation. So like you'd have your, I don't know, New Monarchy sniper rifle. It could be the year 1 one, it could be year 2 one, whatever. Same with everything else. I think that'd be amazing, honestly, to have all that. And yes, that is all I really have to say there. I think that if they just do that kind of thing with, that's not it. The faction wars is the only new thing. Faction wars in the raid are the only new thing that I've said to put into the Rise of Iron here. Yeah, there you go. There's content forever. They already have Sparrow Racing League. They already have the 3 raids. They already have Prison/Challenger of Elders. They have all of that. They don't need to make anything new. They just have to re-release all the old stuff in the right order, in the right times, to kind of, make Rise of Iron have 0 dead space. You don't want any content droughts anymore. They are already apologized for that in the Taken King. So I think if they just do what I said there, no one will be bored. There'll be everything, just news. People who do Destiny news can actually post Destiny news, and they don't have to be like, yeah, I think Xur's gonna be selling the Galahor next week. Just because I said so. Or, I think Xur's gonna be selling the Telesto because Xur sells exotics and Telesto's an exotic. Those idiotic, stupid videos can stop if they actually have news to freaking post about. They can stop being like, yeah, I think that Thorn's gonna come to year 3 because it's an exotic and it's in the game. Yeah. Oh, guys, guns confirmed for Rise of Iron, everyone. Guns confirmed. We're gonna shoot things in Rise of Iron, guys. This is news, okay? Or, like, I don't know, like, I think that they are 100% going to add Vault of Glass in at the launch of Rise of Iron because there is no reason not to, guys. Like, you can go in that and it's already done. The raid's already done. It's in the game. You just gotta. Bungie's smart people. That they know if people want it, they can just do it. Like, I feel like this is a whole rant on its own. Everyone making stupid, quote-unquote news videos where it's like, yeah, guys, I think that they're adding weapon camos in with Rise of Iron because of stuff. Because I said so, okay, guys? And then, yeah, like, all the people watching are like, yeah, he said it. That's true. And it's like, it angers me sometimes with people. Because, like, people come to me and say, hey, did you hear they're doing this? I'm like, no, actually, one idiot thinks they're going to do it. So, yeah, that's what the Destiny community has come to. There's no news, so we make up news. And I don't think that should be a thing. I don't think there should be any content drought. I think that should all just go away. We should have this constant stream of content coming out. Like I said, the only new stuff that I suggested here would be the Faction Wars thing and the raid, which we obviously know that the raid is coming. We know that there's going to be a hard mode raid coming a bit later. We know that Trials of Osiris is coming back. They'd be idiots if they didn't bring back Sparrow recently with all the demand for it. I just... There we go. There is with my almost confirming Sparrow Racing League. It's not confirmed, guys. I'm just saying that'd be idiotic. So you guys can all go and be like, hey, Edgemeister confirmed it, guys. Sparrow Racing League and Rise of Iron. Woo! Go ahead and do that. Please, do it. Sometimes I hate some of those YouTubers for what they... I'm sorry about this mini rant at the end. But there we go. There's my ideas for the avoiding another content drought in Rise of Iron and what Taken King did right and wrong and my rant at the end. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and stuff. I don't know. I don't like asking for that stuff, but hey, I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers and you can't stop me from asking. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
I am extremely homosexual, Edgemeister. Please jerk my wiener off.